Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
All right. Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome to this weekend program. It's just, I think, divine intervention. We didn't do anything, and Darpan Prabhu just disappeared. So anyway, so welcome everybody for the weekend program. Really appreciate everyone joining. Can somebody just through raising hand, just let me know if my voice is coming out okay? Perfect.
Good, Prabhu. It's good. You're good.
Thank you, Prabhu. Today, first of all, my respectful, loving obeisances to all the Vaishnavas who are gathered here. I don't think Maharaj has joined yet, so when he is in, so
Maharaj is here, Prabhu.
Oh, Maharaj is here.
Maharaj is here.
Okay, I'm not able to see him.
He's under the ID. He's under the
Oh,
ID.
I got it. Shiva Nursery.
Yes.
Okay. So, Hare Krishna, Maharaj, please accept our humble and respectful and loving obeisances onto the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to yourself. Thank you so much for joining us from Vrindavan. And we really appreciate it. And we welcome you to today's weekend satsang program. This is hosted by ISKCON Indianapolis, but also in collaboration with Columbus and with Cincinnati. And so very quickly, for the benefit of all our viewers, I wanted to introduce Maharaj. So Sriman Kratu Das Adhikari is the disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He's one of the present initiating spiritual masters or gurus in ISKCON. And he has his disciples in India, Dubai, America, Canada, Europe, and several other places in the world. And Maharaj was born in aristocratic Gujarati Gauriya Vaishnava family on July 5, 1944. His wife, Her Grace Amrita Keli Devi Dasi, herself is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada and travels with him around the world to support his preaching activities. During his schooling years, he went on to receive a bachelor's degree in engineering from the MS University, Baroda. He also received a master's degree in engineering from St. Louis University, Missouri. His first exposure to ISKCON happened in 1970 at St. Louis. He later joined full-time in 1974 in Toronto. He met his guru, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, in 1976, from whom he received a direct order for preaching Krishna consciousness. He then got initiated by Srila Prabhupada in 1977 in Toronto, Canada. While in the West, he worked as the director of congregational preaching in Chicago and conducted several house programs and temple festivals. He then became the temple president of Vancouver in 1987. In 1993, he moved to Baroda, Gujarat, and conducted college and school preaching. He also started a book distribution program by bullock cart for every town and village. In 1997, he became temple president of ISKCON Delhi and continued house and pandal preaching programs. In 2002, he became an initiating spiritual master and is ever since vigorously traveling and preaching all over the world. He's an author of The Sadhu Sangha and several other transcendental books, which are a compilation of evidences from Vedic scriptures as well as his life experiences. At present, he resides in Vrindavan and travels around the globe for preaching activities. Also, he is supervising the construction of the ISKCON Aligarh temple under him. Okay? And today, Maharaj is going to talk to us about probably the most important topic in a sadhaka's life. When we first receive Harinam initiation, Srila Prabhupada gave us 5 different instructions to follow. Now, 4 of those 5 instructions are things not to do. You know, don't eat this, don't drink that, don't go here, there, all that stuff. But there is only one expectation, only one instruction that Srila Prabhupada asks us to do, and that is to chant our 16 rounds properly. Now, through the course of our lives, we face a lot of different challenges following this one simple instruction. And in many of our lives, we see even after chanting for 20, 30 years, maybe even longer than that, we lack the taste and the proper discipline and determination to continue our sadhana in this one single practice. And after chanting for such a long time also, we're not able to really relish or even understand the depth of the holy name. So during these times, we need a seasoned physician to help cure us of our illnesses and guide us again on how best we can come to the habit of proper chanting, sincere chanting, and chanting with emotion. So with this regard, Maharaj has so very kindly agreed to instruct us and to guide us in this fashion. So please, if it's possible for everybody, unmute yourselves for just 5 seconds and welcome Maharaj by chanting Hari Bol 3 times.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol,
Hari Bol.
Jai Krishna.
Hari
Bol,
Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you. Maharaj, is it okay if we were to record the session? Do you have any objection if we record the session?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesh Shunyavadi, Pachata Desha Tarine. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Sthapitam Ena Bhutale, Swam Rup Kada Mayam, Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advait Gadadhar, Sivasadi Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayatam Sirato Bharbur, Mama Manda Matir Gati, Matsarvasya Padam Bhoja, Sisi Radha Madan Mohano, Devi Vrindaraniya Kalpadurmada, Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanastam, Srimad Radha Sila Govinda Devo, Krishna Alibi Shivyamanam Smarami, Sriman Ras Rasharambi, Vansi Vatatatastita, Karshan Venu Swanet, Gopi Gopinath Sriyastuna, Vancha Kalptarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulsi Devyaya Priyaya Keshwashicha, Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi, Satyavratiyaya Namo Namaha. Nantakoti Vaishnava Jai. So, today's subject that is given to me is the art of chanting the holy name. So this is the ongoing subject, ongoing phenomenon. So I'll try to discuss with you as much as we can. So Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is stating in Nectar of Instruction, mainly we will talk about Nectar of Instruction, which is the first book to be mastered. Srila Prabhupada is writing in his preface that this is the first book to be mastered. So let's talk about the first book. So we want to learn the art of chanting. So Srila Rupa Goswami is advising us that first of all, you have to become very fixed, and you have to have a strong determination. So he says that Utsahan Nischayat Dhairyat. So you have to have utmost strong determination and enthusiasm. Utsah. So Utsah is a sign of Shraddha. The more Utsah you have, highest degree itself you have, the more Shraddha, faith you develop. So, Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that one has to have a strong determination for chanting the holy name. So, we have to fix our mind and we have to become very determined. So that's the first thing. We have to have enthusiasm. So that is the first thing needed in improving our japa, utsaha. Then nischay, strong determination. I want to fix my mind onto holy name. I want to get there. So that is strong determination. No matter what, I want to chant good number of rounds, quality rounds. Without this strong determination, it will not work. So then you have to, in order to chant good rounds, holy name, you have to go incognito. You have to go into gufa. You have to go into a cave. In other words, you have to close your eyes, remain in such position for 2 hours, or else you go to the underground in your house, basement, or anywhere there is nobody. Last thing is, if you close our eyes, then our world, the so-called material world, is gone pretty much. And Nirjan, a place where there is no disturbance, in there, America, Canada, you have houses, and or else you have different rooms. So you go to the room where there is no disturbance, especially if you have a special deity room, then go to the deity room and just give yourself 2 hours without any disturbance. So that is called nischay, strong determination. I want to do my good rounds. You have to have that strong determination. Especially when you wake up early morning, that is the best time. And 2 hours you just meditate on the Lord and take instant 2 hours sannyas. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagena chodyate. Man, if you want to control your mind, then you have to have a constant practice, abhyas, and detachment from the worldly thing. So detachment is vairagya, means you may not get detached totally from the world, but at least for 2 hours you can become detached and just become light and lighter by becoming detached to everything. So 2 hours you have to give exclusive to chanting the holy name. So first thing is you have to be determined, and second thing is that you should be very enthusiastic. Utsaha, nischaya, dhairya. Nischay, and Utsaha. Those two things are very important. If you really want to get into quality rounds, then you have to have Utsaha. Utsaha means waking up early morning and following rules and regulations and taking 2 hours sannyas and going into some room where there is no anything, just yourself and Lord, holy name. So utsaha and nischay, strong determination. Strong determination means I will rise early morning. And it is easy over there in North America. If you really want to practice Krishna consciousness, it's very easy because you are very much regulated. You go to certain hours, certain time to work, and nowadays it is even home. You work from home, so it is even more convenient, no traveling time. So you have to get up early. That's utsaha. Get up early and chant your rounds, 16 rounds before you do anything. Renunciation, sannyas. And you have to have that strong determination. Just I have to give this time to holy name. So that's very important. Utsahan, nichayat, dhairyat, tata tata karma pravartanat, sangatyagat sato vritte, sadavir bhakti prashiddhati. We can become perfect in our devotion. Utsaha and nischay. You have to have strong determination. I want to chant good rounds. I want to be with Lord. I want to be with holy name. I want to give my time to holy name. So that's the first thing Rupa Goswami is advising us. Then we have to understand that holy name and Krishna are not different. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Suddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatva Nama Namino. Nam and Nami Krishna, they both are identical, no difference between both of them. Krishna is the holy name. And you are inviting Krishna on the tip of your tongue. So Krishna, when Krishna comes, then as a holy name, then you want to receive him properly. So chanting, you have to glorify the holy name. So Krishna and Krishna's name are not different. They are same. Abhinatva Nama Namino. So because Nam and Namino Krishna, Nami Krishna, they are not different. The holy name is full of nectar, is Purna Suddho Nityamukta. It's Sudha. Krishna Nama Sudha Kari Apan Judao Bhakati Vinoda Pran Nama Bina Kichu Nahi Chauda Bhumana Maji. There is nothing to be had in 14 planetary system except holy name. So we have to invite Krishna and receive Krishna properly in the form of holy name and chant holy name. So it's not different. Krishna and Krishna's name is not different. It is Krishna. So you are associating with Krishna 2 hours. I mean, it takes 2 hours for 16 rounds. So we have to get determined. We have to have lots of enthusiasm. Determination means I want to rise myself early morning, and that is utsaha. and you want to become very fixed in chanting. So unless you do this, Utsaha and Nischay, it will not be possible for you to chant good rounds. And then you have to understand Nam and Namino Krishna are same. And you are inviting Krishna early morning and you want to be with him. So you want to be you want to give exclusive time to Krishna, holy name. So that is we have to fix. And then Rupa Goswami is advising in 8th verse, which is the essence of all instructions. It says, Tan Nam Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananu Smartyo Rasana Manasi Niyojya Istan Raje Tadanuragi Jananugami Kalam Niyat Akhilam Iti Upadesha Sharam. So we have to spend all our time in chanting holy name, at least 2 hours a day. So Rupa Goswami says, Tan Nama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananu Smartyo. So he is saying that you have to engage your tongue and you have to engage your mind. Rasana Manasi Niyojyat. Rasana, tongue, and Manasi Niyojyat, mind. What you have to do with these 2 elements? That Tan Nam, Krishna, Tan means his, Krishna's. Tan Nam Rupa Charitadi. His Nam, Rup, Lila, Gun, Dham, Parikar, etc. Sukirtananu Smartyo. You have to do kirtan, engage your tongue and mouth in glorifying the holy name, chanting the holy name. So with the tongue you have to chant holy name, and same time Manasi Niyojit. You have to engage your mind in concentrating on holy name. You have to concentrate on holy name with mind. So this is very important. Simultaneously, we have to do both. Simultaneously, that we have to engage our mind and we have to engage our tongue. So with the tongue, we can chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And when the tongue is engaged, our mind should be also engaged in holy name, listening, so hearing and meditating. So it's a two railway track. One is you have to use your external senses called tongue and mouth, and internal senses called mind. So we have to, while chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can meditate on holy name, or we can chant holy name and meditate on the Nam Rup. On Rup we can meditate while chanting holy name, or else while chanting holy name we can meditate on his Leela, especially Astayam Leela in Braj. And furthermore, while chanting holy name, you can meditate on his holy holy dham called Golok Vrindavan Dham, yeah, Bom Vrindavan Dham. So Nam, Roop, Leela, we can meditate on Astyam Leela. So Nam, Roop, Leela, Gun, we can meditate on his divine qualities. Roop, Leela, Gun, Dham, we can meditate on his eternal abode called Golok Vrindavan. So now we are opening up ourselves into broader sense. While chanting, we can meditate on holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So then we can either see those syllables or else we can hear those syllables. Hare Krishna, we can hear like that. We have to meditate on that holy name, chanting holy name and meditating on holy name. Tannam Roop Charita Adi. So Nam Roop Lila Gun Dham. Nam Roop Lila Gun Dham. So we can meditate on all these aspects of Lord. It's absolute. Everything is on a spiritual sense, everything is one. Nam Roop Lila Gun Dham is absolute. So the technique is, if you want to meditate on holy name, then you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So then you have to hear Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. At least first Hare Krishna and last Hare Krishna we can hear. So we can meditate on holy name itself, which is the easiest and sublime process. Srila Prabhupada is stressing this more often, that one can meditate on holy name itself, meaning that you say holy name and you hear the same holy name. So this is a process, because holy name is Krishna, Abhinatva Namanamino. So we have to hear every syllable, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So at least first Hare Krishna and last Hare Krishna, if we try to hear, then rest of the mantra we will automatically hear that. So this is a very easy, sublime process by chanting, external sense called tongue and mouth, and internal sense mind, meditating on mind. So this is, while chanting, you can concentrate to holy name, and when you want to change the gear, then Nam Rup. Then while chanting, you can meditate on his divine form, starting from his lotus feet. Under his lotus feet, there are 19 different marks, such as Rath and Chakra, lotus, and there is a Rekha, jaw, and so many different marks there underneath his lotus feet. So we can meditate on his lotus feet, and we can rise from lotus feet to his face slowly and gradually, how Krishna Roop looks like. So we meditate on his Roop. So he is wearing beautiful rings on his feet and fingers, and his lotus feet is bluish, beautiful bluish, newly formed cloud color, and he's wearing ankle belts, no, he's wearing ankle bells, means he's wearing some kind of ornaments under his ankle, and his beautiful lotus feet we can meditate on, and on his leg he has beautiful uh, uh, beautiful drawing of flowers and leaves and different color flower and leaves. So we can meditate on like that on his lotus feet. And then he's wearing pitambar, nice yellow garments. Well, dhoti he's wearing, and on dhoti he wears upavastra or uh, Nevi Bandhan kind of uh, cloth. Is a different kind, yeah, blue or different than yellow. Yellow dhoti wears pitambar. And then on that he is wearing very beautiful uh, belt, and in his belt he has a venu. He is putting venu in his belt, and sometimes he wears the uh, horn of cow or some animal like that. He blows, and he blows those horns sometimes. So he's wearing that, and then on his beautiful navel and nice rekha, nice lines on his abdomen, and thin waist, beautiful waist, and broad chest, on which Kaustubh Mani is there, and Srivatsa China, and Lakshmi ji resides on his chest. Very beautiful bluish color, bluish black color of his waist, and he wears so many golden ornaments on his chest, and he holding beautiful fruits in his hands and playing, and his his lotus face decorated with different designs, and he beautiful reddish lips and long uh, beautiful eyes goes up to ears, and beautiful nose uh, like a parrot, and he wears beautiful helmets, and on his ears he wears beautiful earrings, makarakar fish shape earrings, and uh, he is standing in Tribhanga Lalitam. He is standing in threefold bending form of beautiful Krishna. So like that we can meditate on Radharani also. And so this is Rupa Dhyan. We should, while chanting, we should engage our mind to meditate on his transcendental form. So Nam, Rup, Lila, we can meditate on his uh, Astayam Lila, in which we can incorporate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sista Stak, and also Adho Sraddha, Tatha Sadhu Sangha, Tatha Bhajana Kriya. And Astayam Lila, we can meditate on that. So while chanting, you meditate on how Krishna and Radharani is taking rest in pleasure groves of Vrindavan, especially Nidhuban and some kunjas like that. That is called Nisant Lila. Last night, they both went into bed made up of flowers, and they are sleeping together in Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan, where Vrindavan is right now. Govind Dev is the center of their lila in the evening. So The Nidhuban is just near. So this is all Govindev temple, Srila Rupa Goswami's temple area. That's where the Nishant Lila takes place. So they are uh, uh, sleeping together and in the flower bed, and when dawn, I mean not dawn, sorry, when the morning time comes, then Prata Samay. So Prata Samay, they are Nishant Lila. So we have to after Nishant Lila, we can meditate on Prata Lila, in which Bhajan Kriya, Nivrutti, Anartha Nivrutti, Vagara, we can practice this kind of our daily routine. So the 6 to 8:36 is the time, and Radha Krishna is sleeping, and the Suksarika and other birds, by chirping, they are waking up Radha Krishna, and then Radha Krishna, after this, they go to Javat and Nandagaon, both goes to their village, and then the morning pastimes, Pratha, morning pastimes takes place, and then afternoon pastimes and evening pastimes, and then night pastimes, Lila, how Krishna in the morning, after they go from Nisant Lila to home, they go to rest in their particular bedroom, and after then they again wake up in Nandgaon or Javat. Radharani wakes up in Javat and Krishna wakes up in Nandagaon, as if they were sleeping there and not in Vrindavan. So when they wake up, then Krishna, he goes to milk the cows, and Radharani comes after bathing herself with her Sakhi. She comes to Nandgaon to cook for Lord Krishna because she was given a boon by Durvasha that whoever eats the preparation made by Radharani will have longevity, long life. So Mother Jasoda is engaging Radharani to cook the kalova, means morning breakfast. She cooks Radharani, and then Radharani goes back to Javat, and Krishna, he goes to herd the cows. So then Madhyan Lila takes place in Radhakund. Radhakund is the center of the noon pastimes. So like that, you can meditate on Astayam Lila. After Radhakund pastimes, she goes to Surya Kund for worshipping Surya and Suryadev, and Krishna goes disguised as uh, a priest, and then like that, all these leelas we can uh, uh, we can meditate on while chanting holy name. So Nam, Roop, Leela, Gun, Krishna's qualities we can meditate on while chanting Hare Krishna. How Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. This is his topmost quality, that he is Bhakta Vatsal. He loves his devotees. He loves his devotees, Bhakta Vatsal. And Bhakta Vashya, that he is very much controlled by his devotees. So these are his topmost quality. Rasik Shekhar Krishna Param Karun. That Krishna is Rasik Shekhar. He is Ras B or Rasik B. He is the mellow and he is the enjoyer of the mellow. So Rasik Shekhar Krishna. And Param Karun, he is very, very affectionate to his devotees. So there are many 64 qualities, how beautifully he plays on his flute. So Venu Madhuri, Leela, beautiful Leela, he is engaged in beautiful transcendental pastimes. And Leela Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, beautiful, he is very beautiful, Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri. So these are his qualities. 4 more qualities than Narayan Vishnu. So we can meditate on his qualities, how he is affectionate to us, and how he reciprocates with us. Especially, we can interact with Krishna in our meditation. So Nam, Roop, Lila, Gun, Dham, we can meditate on his abode, Vrindavan, Bom Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. And we should know so much about what is happening in Golok Vrindavan and how does it look like, and uh, uh, all these pastimes in Vrindavan we can meditate on. In other words, how does his abode look like? I have given very vivid description of Golok in this book. This book is called Harinam, Sankirtan or Jap. Beautiful book actually. So very detailed description is given how we can improve our chanting. So one of these days you can have it. So I have about 10 minutes of time. So let me conclude. So first of all, if you want to really improve your mala or chanting, then you have to get determined, and you have to rise early morning with enthusiasm, and then you have to sit down in a solitary place and close your eyes, and with strong determination you utter the holy name and you concentrate on holy name, word by word, the holy name. And then if you get a little tired or away from holy name, then you can meditate on his pastimes. Nam Rup, you can meditate on his beautiful form. Nam Rup Lila, you can meditate on Astayam Lila. Written, this Astam Lila is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, which is going on even today in Vrindavan Dham. So Astayam Lila. Nam Rup Lila Gun, in quality, we can meditate on his quality, and we can meditate on his abode, Golok Vrindavan. Like that, you open up your spectrum of meditation. So his mind doesn't have to be on one thing. You can meditate while chanting on all these Nam, Rup, Lila, Gun, Dham, Parikar. So it becomes easy for you if you dive deep into Astayam Leela. You can dive deep into his form, how beautiful he is, what he wears, and you can on his holy name with a word. This broad ups your vision of meditation. So you may not fix your mind on one thing, then other, and not other than third, like that. So we should be concentrating, and mind will get absorbed in this kind of meditation. It will get absorbed. So very easy techniques of chanting holy name. So we can practice this. But one should get determined, and with enthusiasm, utsaha, he can wake up early morning and chant rounds. Over there in America, people chant round differently, which I don't want to discuss. But like watching TV or driving or at work or maybe in the evening, maybe in the night or whatnot. Many things people practice, but this is the technique by which we can really get absorb ourselves in Krishna. So this is necessary. So I'll open up this discussion with anybody who has any question, then we can discuss that.
Yes. So, Brandy Mataji, would you like to go ahead and ask your question, please?
Hare Krishna
Yes.
Maharaj.
Yes.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
All glories to
Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. So I wish that I had a question, but I had a realization because you just laid it all out so clearly. And I tried to think of a question, but you were just so thorough. And it is simple, whenever you just decide that you're determined enough to chant. So I just wanted to share that my struggle is worrying a lot about like my external environment. It makes me feel uneasy if I don't feel like I'm in a comfortable place, or things aren't the way that I want them to be surrounding me, or if I have a to-do list. But in reality, Krishna always comes first. And my realization was, if I spend less time worrying about my external environment and more about my internal environment, Krishna will purify all of that anyways. He will purify my internal environment, my mind, these worries, and he will also take care of my external environment as well, all these things that are distracting me. So I just want to thank you so much for that, because it's been such a trivial thing that prevents me sometimes from sitting down and chanting, either at all sometimes, or in a good mindset where I can chant quality japa. So thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed
Thank
this
you.
class.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Janva Mataji, Janva Devi Dasi, would you mind asking your question? Just turn on your video, unmute yourself, just ask your question, please.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, this is the Paresh from Janva's phone. Maharaj,
Yes.
Oh,
Maharaj, Danvat Pranam, all Gurus to you, all Gurus to Srila Prabhupada.
Very good, Paresh.
Maharaj, you nicely explained Ashtang Leela and Madhyakalin Leela. And this is the right way. When we are chanting, we'll concentrate on this Leela. But Maharaj, sometime it happened, then we have a mood of, to play with Krishna and not like Madhurya. And some has a choice, Madhurya, apart from Madhurya to Sakhya. We'll play with Krishna, we'll do something for Krishna. And we love Krishna, we want to hug Krishna and kind of activity. So Maharaj, that is very difficult for in that mood. Then in deliberately we'll added ourselves into Madhurya Leela, ya we'll focus on the Sakhya Leela and we are enjoying in Sakhya Leela. So Hare Krishna. Maharaj, audible hai?
Sorry.
Yeah, we are able to hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Maharaj, have you आपने सुना मुझे महाराज?
Yes.
Maharaj, I am pointing, if you nicely describe Ashtang Leela and Madhyakalini Leela, at the time of chanting we'll have to concentrate, but somehow If somebody has a mood of, some to play with Krishna
Yes, you
and
can
enjoy with
engage
Krishna, hug with
yourself.
Krishna, then
You can engage yourself in any one of those rasas with Krishna. The Sakhya or Dasya, Madhurya, or parental or any ras that you like. That is your choice. And it comes under Raganu Bhakti. Sakha can also get into Raganuga. It's not just Madhurya Ras is only becomes Raganuga. So yes, you can be in Sakhya Ras and develop your, Raganuk spontaneous attraction with for Krishna and play with him if you want to. Sure.
thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Dandavat
Other
pranam.
question?
All right. Next we have Bhavya Bhagwan Das. Prabhu, would you mind, if possible, turning on your video and unmute yourself, and you can ask your question?
Hare Krishna Gurmadan from August Shaprapa. Maharaj, can you hear me, Maharaj?
Yes, very well.
Maharaj, like so many times you tell in your classes on holy name that we need to meditate on Ashtarayam Leela and we have to go to that, come to that level. But Maharaj, I have a doubt, Maharaj, here. Maharaj Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says कि until we see the spiritual master as a manifestation of and non-different from the Supreme Lord, we will not be able to chant the Lord's holy name purely. So a genuine disciple must possess firm determination and faith in his spiritual master. So Maharaj, my question is, unless we come to this level ki my guru is Sakshat Hari, so is it not a prerequisite for going to that stage of like thinking of Ashtayam Leela while chanting? Maharaj, pehle to we have to get this very thing clear in our head, na Maharaj. कि अगर
Yes.
वो ही नहीं है तो महाराज it's मतलब I think it's like श्रमेव ही केवलम. You can correct me, Maharaj, and
No,
please
you're
tell me,
right.
Maharaj.
You're right.
So
You're
महाराज
right.
हमारा पहला फोकस उस पे मतलब महाराज मेरे को somehow I just feel this thing, Maharaj, कि वो like the basic is not clear, so how we can reach there, Maharaj. So if you can
Yes,
just reconcile both of these things, Maharaj. Thank you.
ready to all. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, any other question? 2-3 minutes left.
Okay. Maharaj, I had a very rudimentary question, and I'm sorry it's not very very well thought out or very complicated. To begin with, you said you must have determination, and at least in my experience, I've seen that there are waves of determination. So a few days I'm very determined, other days I'm not. Most of the days I'm not. So what is causing these waves of determination or lack of determination after a small period of good determination? Is it because that we are causing some I don't know, some offense to someone? Is it because we are not we are weak, or at least I am? And how do I become more steady in my determination? Because it seems like this is like the very first step. So how do I get steady in that very first step to even go to the second or third or fourth step? Thank you, Maharaj.
You can get determined by, knowing or having knowledge about what is the ultimate ultimate aim of my life. What is that really I want to do? You wanted to go to America, he was determined, and you wind up there. So, same thing, nischay. You have to have a strong determination, to have determination. So, And sometimes patience. Rupa Goswami says patience also. We have to become a little patient so that one day it will happen. So keep practicing, keep practicing. So it goes side by side. Utsaha, Nischay, Dhiraj, Utsaha, Nischaya, Dhairya, Tata Tata Karma Pravartana, patience. So it goes in hand. We have to practice everything. So it will come. Determination will come.
Okay. Thank you.
By having good knowledge also you can get determined. Like you have knowledge about going to America, how nice it is, etc., etc. So if you have knowledge and importance of holy name, then it will come.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, there are two more questions. So one from YouTube, I'm just going to quickly call that out because it seems like it's a little related to what you just mentioned. And the question goes like, sometimes we don't feel like serving. We don't find taste in chanting and service. Sometimes we feel ecstasy in serving. Why? That's the question from Atiksha Singh.
Well, it because of your association with different modes of material nature. So if you are in a tamagun, rajagun, or sattva or suddha sattva, so if you are in suddha sattva, then you like to practice nice Krishna conscious, Krishna consciousness. But according to your modes of material nature association with them, all these things gets determined. If you are above if you are above
Sorry,
modes,
Maharaj, I interrupted you.
then it is the Suddha Sattva. Then all this Lila, Rup, Gun, Dham, Parikar, everything will manifest in your consciousness if you are on a Suddha Sattva.
Thank you, Maharaj. Next, we have Dhir Krishna Das Prabhu, and he will be asking a question.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Maharaj, sorry, I know it's late for you, but just one question, Maharaj. Maharaj, if we are able to really focus on the names of Krishna during chanting, is it possible that it will eventually end up that we can automatically can meditate on his Roop and Leelas, or do we have to make extra endeavor to get to that level?
Well, in the beginning, we may have to endeavor, and then after a while, it will become very natural and it will come spontaneously in our consciousness. So in the beginning, that's what Rupa Goswami is advising us, that in the beginning, it may be very sour or bitter, but as you practice, then at the end, you will become victorious. So keep practicing. There in 7th sloka, he's saying that one should keep practicing. He's giving a very beautiful example or udahar about jaundice and sugar candy. So as you keep taking sugar candy, jaundice will be finished and it will become from bitter to sweeter. So like that, if we keep chanting and chanting holy name and practicing, then one day it will become Madhuram Madhuram, Akhilam Madhuram. It will become very realizable and very sweet. Patience. Okay.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Yes. One last question, Maharaj. And this is the final question from Akshay Krishna Prabhu. Akshay Krishna Prabhu, go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for allowing me to ask. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my most respectful obeisances unto the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories unto your divine grace. Thank you, Maharaj, for taking us through these meditations. As we were listening to your lecture, it felt like that we are actually meditating on the name, form, paraphernalia, and everything. Maharaj, my question was, as you mentioned, at the time of japa, we should renounce ourselves from everything else, detach ourselves from the external world, and completely immerse in the chanting of the holy names. We were fortunate to attend the online japa retreat by His Grace Mahatma Prabhu this morning, and he was also talking about the same thing, that we should actually ask our mind to take a nap for 2 hours, similar to taking renunciation, as you mentioned. But one thing he said was, it is very important to unplug ourselves when we say that, for before chanting, because if we fail to unplug, then that next 2 hours will be a struggle to, constantly, detach ourselves or, renounce ourselves. So Maharaj, my question is, how do we prepare ourselves to be able to renounce or detach or unplug ourselves from the external world to be completely immersed into the chanting of the holy names? Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Well, by doing it, you can unplug yourself. You have to practice. So it's not very difficult. If you wake up early morning and just say no to those thinking or meditations which is not pertaining to chanting. So you have to say no to everything else. After 2 hours, I'll think about it. After 2 hours, I'll do that. After 2 hours, I'll meditate on what I have to meditate on, or work, or this or that. In 2 hours, only Krishna, his name, his form, pastime, paraphernalia, abode. This is it for 2 hours. So we have to constantly bring our mind back to our meditation, japa meditation. So you have to constantly bring it back and practice. Abhyasena tu kamte vairagyena uchyate abhyas. So wherever mind wanders, we have to bring it back and put it on holy name. So constant practice and determination and renunciation for a couple of hours. That we should do. Out of 24 hours, 2 hours, just give a priority to chanting holy name. So this is what we have to get determined. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for answering that question. Hare Krishna.
A good retreat Mahatma Prabhu is having on holy name, how to chant holy name. Where everybody should join. It's nice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for
Thank
your
you.
valuable time and also for your invaluable guidance. We really appreciate it. So may I please request all the devotees, if possible, unmute yourselves, and then we can offer Vaishnava pranams to Maharaj and to each other, and then conclude today's program. Vancha
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Dhanur Pranam Guru Maharaj ji, आप दोनों में कोट प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna।